Good evening everyone. So it is day 20 and it's currently about 25 to 6 and in the evening obviously. I have basically spent the whole day, or pretty much more like the afternoon. I've spent the afternoon in town with my boyfriend just chilling out, and I'm obviously now back home. I did a little bit of shopping in town, and I actually haven't checked Camp NaNoWriMo all day. I should probably really do that because I feel like I'm going to end up with loads of messages that I have not read yet. But yeah, I did a little bit of shopping and I got a few bits I'm going to show you. Because why not? I've got my lunch. I've had lunch. I went to Mackey's. I've got my dinner. So you're probably thinking, why the hell have you got £2 handbags? Basically, I did have a bag from the works and it was quite sturdy and everything. My boyfriend ended up with that bag because he got 2 pairs of trainers because he went into Shoe Zone. So he ended up with that bag instead. On the subject of food, my boyfriend also got me some rhubarb and custard sweets. I got some of these, punch pocket type things. I mean, they're called punch pockets, and that's what's on here, but I just call them plastic wallets. And I got these because, I'm just going to put them down, because obviously I keep all of my, book stuff in a massive folder, and I was running out of these bad boys, so I got some more, so I thought they were quite handy. I really didn't get that much. I then just got this academic year diary, a page a day, which is why it's quite thick, because there's a page for each day. It is quite flimsy, but I will be using this for college next year. And then books. Yes, books. I'm constantly buying books, and that's probably what I'm going to buy when I go on holiday. I've went into the works and got some books in the 3 for £5 deal in the works. Did I say that? I probably did. I'm probably just blabbering. And this is by Virtue Full by Carrie Elks. I then got One Summer's Night by Kylie Dunbar, I want to say. I might be pronouncing that first name wrong. I'm very sorry. And then I got If We're Not Married by 30 by Anna Bell, because the book I'm currently reading at the moment is an Anna Bell book, and the one I'm reading is The Good Girlfriend's Guide to Getting Even, and I'm really enjoying it. And for me to say that while I'm actually reading a book is quite a big thing for me. And so I'll be really excited to read this. And I don't know yet what books I'm planning on taking on holiday with me. And then I just got my usual brow pencil that I get for my brows, because I don't know how much of the one I'm using now that I've got left, so I just thought I'd pick this up, and it's just the Revolution Precise Brow Pencil in medium brown. Kind of makes my brows look green in this lighting, but I think that's just the lighting making them look like that, because they kind of do match my roots, by the way. My roots are blonde. I don't really know when I want to dye my hair again. It'll probably be in September, and it'll probably be a dark brown, because I like the dark brown, not gonna lie, but I'm not the biggest fan of these ginger, roots, or whatever you want to call them. It's now about 10 past 7, and at the moment, Phoebe Wood Wrights is actually hosting a live stream, so I'm gonna hop on there, and whilst doing that, I now have 2, what you call them, plastic wallets, one for the second book, one for the first book. And what I'm going to do is I obviously have my 3 new characters for the first book: Lauren Hurst, Oscar Anderson, and Morgan Westbrook. I really struggled with like imagining what Morgan looks like because funnily enough, my boyfriend actually has a best mate called Morgan, so it's kind of like how I've been imagining what the character looks like, but obviously he's very different. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these rotor sheets, and I'm going to fill them out. I'm going to trusty thing, and I'm going to take a piece of paper out. I'm going to write start and finish on there. Oh god, maybe not that one, I just ripped that one. And I'm going to write my start and finish times on it, and then I'm going to track that as part of my minutes. Good morning everyone. So it's Sunday the 21st, day 21, and I have no clue how much I've actually done so far this Camp NaNoWriMo, because obviously I changed my goal to a time goal when it was originally a word goal, and the time goal is really working for me. I don't know why I didn't do it sooner. Like, I've done 77% of my goal already. My goal is 1,800 minutes, and I'm currently on 1,450. So I've not got very far to go, and my graph is looking just, I love it, because I'm so far ahead. And there are actually a load of live streams going on today. If I could try and actually find all of my reminders, I've got one. Wow, by the looks of it, I'll be jumping on 3, maybe 4. So I'm gonna watch the one that Phoebe's hosting, Phoebe Wood Writes, at 11. I have about 35 minutes until that. And then there's one at 1, I think it is. I can't, like, if I go back to my home, there's one at 1. I think it might be on Jessica Williamson's channel. I think she might be hosting it. I'm not entirely sure. Yes. If I subscribe to that, that'll show up in my subscriptions. Then there's one that Kate's hosting at 3. Kate Kavanagh, that is. Then there's one at 5, which I don't know if I'll end up jumping on or not. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm basically going to be spending my day watching these live streams and getting some work done. I might as well just stay on this. And then, one thing that I thought I should mention is that I spent probably about 2-3 hours last night reading, and I probably didn't go to sleep until like 1 AM. Because if you've seen this book before, you're probably like, have you finished reading it yet? And the answer to that is yes. I finished reading this last night and it's so good, I cried. I was in tears, and like, this is like one of the first books in a really long time to actually make me cry. And I don't know why, I was just so invested in the characters and everything. It was such a good read. And this I've read in probably about 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks, and there are 417 pages. It's now about 10 to 1, and I've spent the majority of the morning, well, I say the majority of the morning, I managed to get 90 minutes in while watching Phoebe's live stream. So I'm now going to grab lunch, and then I'm probably not going to watch the live stream that Jessica Williamson hosts, but I will definitely be watching the one that Kate hosts. Okay, it is now 10 to 2 and I am currently watching Jessica Williamson's live stream. I've just joined it and I'm going to start at 2 and I'm going to carry on with these bad boys here, and I think I'm definitely going to have to print a few more off for August, and then if I use them, I use them, and if I don't, I don't. But I don't know if it'll be worth spending the time on them or not. I guess we will see.
It's saving me. Yeah, I've never looked into that, but I only had heard about it from you talking about it in videos, and I was like, this sounds really cool.
So, it is now about 4:45. I feel like I can breathe because I have now finished these tedious work rotas because they take bloody ages. I also don't know if I mentioned this, but I also changed a character name, kind of like because it's still quite early on, and I changed basically I had a character called Lauren Hurst, and I wasn't a big fan of the name Lauren, so I changed it to Cara. And now I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm probably going to take a well-deserved break. Good morning, everyone. So, it's day 22, it's Monday. I do actually have work this evening. I'm feeling a little bit scatterbrained because I've got like a bag to pack for my holiday, I've got loads of stuff to do for my book, and I have not had the time to do any writing of the sequel, which kind of sucks. But then I am trying really hard to, what's the word? I just feel very scatterbrained right now. I kind of just need to write a list of all the things I need to do this week before I go. I'm going to pull out this bad boy because it's barely big paper, and I'm going to write out a list of all the things that I need to do in preparation for my holiday. If I kind of break everything down, the first thing I need to do is Colton's character development. So that's things like his hobbies and interests, just kind of fleshing his character out a bit more. So I've got that to do. I just feel so scatterbrained. What else do I need to do? So I need to do the brief outline, character development. I'm gonna make that into like subcategories. So I want to do his, what are they called, traits. I want to do his traits because I got books back there on my bookshelf that I can do that with. Got traits, hobbies, and interests. I think his character was like I think what I really need is save the cat, but there's no chance. Backstory, and it's his own story. And then I also need to do the brief outline. So I've got my character profiles, which were actually incomplete. Colton's was incomplete, so I had to go ahead and fill out the rest of it. And then Lenny didn't even have one because this is her original one, and I just didn't have a brief one for her. And then I just have these books out and ready. And I'm going to get to it. I have just finished sorting out like Colton's traits and everything, and I'm now starting to get a bit of an idea of what like his hobbies and interests are, so I can now like do some diving in to whatever really, because I've kind of discovered that he's quite like, he keeps to himself quite a lot and he's quite a creative person. Because of that, it's just kind of like finding out what he creates. He is like more IT kind of based, so I'm thinking graphic design. That's interesting. We'll see, I guess, but it is now time for me to go and get some lunch because it's almost, well, I say it's almost 10 past 11, it's about 10 past 11 and I'm getting hungry. Okay, it's about 12:15. I have had, actually I say 12:15, it's more like 20 past. And I'll pop you down because even though the lighting will be terrible, even though the lighting is terrible from this angle, I'm getting kind of fed up with Colton's. I'm just kind of getting fed up with him. I just don't know what the hell he likes or anything like that, and I don't know why. I can't figure it out. I don't know what the point of Colton's character is. Like, I just don't know anymore, apart from the fact that Lenny's into him. I think this is the massive problem. Good morning, everyone. I would be up at my desk, but the lighting was just not working. It's day 23. It's Tuesday the 23rd, and I'm getting quite close to where I have to stop for the month. I literally have today, tomorrow, and Friday, because Thursday is my day off. I have a few things I need to explain. So, after filming yesterday, because I've literally just been editing this vlog, or up to yesterday of this vlog, and I kind of ended at an abrupt point. Basically, after filming, I basically just got more and more frustrated at my book, and it kind of got to the point where I just kind of gave up on it. And so, I actually do have a few things to explain. So, Sunday evening, what actually happened, I was just in a right mood. I was just not having it. My internet was, actually no, it wasn't even my internet, it was my phone. My phone was being an absolute nuisance. I was trying to call my boyfriend, and it's just like, I got in a right mood about it, and I basically had a breakdown because my phone wasn't working. And then last night I had another breakdown. This week is literally just going to be struggles and breakdowns. Because last night, my breakdown. So, yesterday when I was doing work and I went to go print something, I left, let me just grab it. I left this downstairs under the printer, and then I was looking for it when I got back last night because I was working for the evening, and I got back, looked at my bed, I couldn't see it, and I basically started having a breakdown and crying to my boyfriend, saying that I've lost all of my work and basically my whole life. My whole life is over. This is the funny, like, point. It's just kind of like, I didn't have my glasses on, and two, like, I had a bit of a headache and was tired from work, obviously, so I wasn't looking properly. And then my dad was looking for it as well. First place, he looked, it was there. And today, I'm actually going to try and move back to my desk so I can talk to you about how today is going to go. This morning when I got up, I did actually make myself a to-do list, because the thing is, like, it's all well and good having non-to-do list days, but I feel like that's kind of been one of the reasons why I had my 2 breakdowns. Hopefully I don't have any more. I say hopefully. Who knows? I could end up having another one tonight. And it'll be something completely different. I guess just when you... Because recently, I guess it's just been like my mental health kind of being a bit more difficult now we're in the summer, because yesterday I was just like, for the majority of the afternoon, I was just like, what's the point, because I was struggling so much with my book. My to-do list for today, I've actually had breakfast, I can take that off, because the thing is, with mental health, it's sometimes difficult to like do certain tasks, and it's a bit more difficult to get out of bed sometimes. I've pretty much mastered that and I can do it, but I still have like these small victories that like I like to award myself for. I don't know what it is, but just writing down breakfast, lunch, dinner, it does really help me in that sense, that I feel like I'm achieving something. I know it's like, for other people it's quite small, but for like people with depression and anxiety and everything, like the smaller tasks are bigger for us. That's my explanation. So today, what I need to do is print off other work rotas, fill out Colton's rota, then I also need to do the brief outline for the definition of love, and then if I can, I want to get in an hour of writing. It's 12 o'clock and I have actually had my meeting already. The person's been and gone. So I'm going to check these things off my to-do list. So I've had my meeting and I've filled out the rota for Colton, and I now just have 2 things left on my to-do list, one being the brief outline for the definition of love, and then writing. Because it's 12, I am going to get some lunch. It's about 1 o'clock now. I've had lunch, just been watching a bit of YouTube, and I'm actually now gonna sit here and probably work on the brief outline for the definition of love. Okay, so I won, and I literally just put in my name, obviously, duh, and then I literally put the definition of love and the sequel, not really an author yet, but it's fine, and then the 23rd, and it is now about 3:20. I've pretty much spent the last couple hours literally just working on my brief outline, because that's how long it took. It took me less time to do the one for the sequel, but I guess I just kind of had a lot to like just dump out on the page for the definition of love, because a lot has changed, but I can't really tell you about the changes because then it would spoil everything. I am now actually going to pack up the rest of my bag. I say pack up the rest. I'm going to pack some more of my clothes away. Good morning everyone. So it's day 26 and obviously Camp NaNoWriMo for me actually finishes today, but this vlog definitely deserves kind of like just an overall kind of an overview, my final stats, just everything like that. And yes, apologies for my appearance, I am in pyjamas. Got my hair up in a bun and wearing my glasses. 1, because it's hot, and 2, because I just haven't bothered getting ready for the day yet because I don't need to. So I obviously won Camp NaNoWriMo early. I originally had a word count goal, then changed to a minute goal, and with the minute goal I feel like I managed to get a lot done, because looking at this now and really thinking about it, I've done a lot, because I actually flipped between the definition of love and the sequel. And before I actually get into that and what I actually did, one thing I do want to say is that for some reason I have been thinking about changing the title for the definition of love, which is crazy because I honestly don't know what I would change the title to. I don't have any ideas. It might come to me whilst I'm away, because obviously I'll be working on the brief outline. I say brief outline, the chapter outline hopefully. So it might come to me then, but I'm just thinking it's not really working anymore. A lot is changing with this goddamn book, like honestly. I started the definition of love and started working on it last January, February time when I started brainstorming, and then I outlined in April, I remember that, and then I started writing in May and I finished writing in July, because I remember doing that for Camp NaNoWriMo last year. I was about to say what am I doing for Camp NaNoWriMo this year. I meant NaNoWriMo because I have a feeling I am going to end up writing. Actually, no, I probably won't be taking part in NaNoWriMo this year because my birthday's... not my birthday, my boyfriend's birthday is in November. I'm also away for the first 3 days of November, I think, something like that. So it'll be really hard for me to actually get any writing in, so I won't be taking part in NaNoWriMo this year. But that's fine because I've taken part in the camp NaNoWriMos. Getting back to my overview, so with the definition of love, I got quite a few bits done. One of the first things was obviously the character development for Colton. I then also added new characters, and I worked on the work rotas for both Colton at the repair garage, and then obviously Lenny and the rest of our colleagues at the pool. And then after that I was working on the brief outline, and so the whole plot has changed. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it'll honestly depend. I'll probably figure that out when I start working on the chapter outline while I'm away. Why is this not focusing on my face? with the sequel, I worked on the work rotas, obviously. I then also was working on the brief outline as well, which is thankfully not as long as the one for the definition of love. And then I was also working on part of the chapter outline, and I kind of did that as I was writing, but then I obviously stopped writing that, which brings me on to all of the changes I need to make, and what you're what you're likely to see in my August vlog when that goes up at the beginning of September. I will be adding Morgan into the sequel, which is basically, I can't really say anything, but Lenny actually ends up with him at the end of the definition of love, and I'm not going to say why. You'll just have to read the book when it's out. I am hoping to publish in the next 3 to 3 years. It honestly depends on my finance, myself, and what I can afford to do, if that makes sense. And then I will, because of that, I will also be changing the sequel's brief outline and scrapping the 38,000 words I already have. I might be able to use some of them that I've already written, but for the majority of it I will just be scrapping the words. And then, because of that, it'll mean that I'll be redoing the sequel's chapter outline. And so that's kind of like what you can expect to see in my August vlog. And hopefully that'll be coming out very soon for you. On that note, I am going to say goodbye. I hope everyone had a really good Camp NaNoWriMo last month, because obviously it's August for you right now. And I'll see you in my next video, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. All of my social media links will be in the description down below for you to check out. Also make sure to subscribe down below to see more from me, and ding the bell to be notified every single time I upload. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!